Joel Anderson from The Ringer. The Ringer Tailgate is the podcast he's on. He writes for The Ringer. I spoke to Billy Gill yesterday. I would like Billy Gill to call in during this segment. Perhaps Joel can make that happen because he doesn't respond to my texts or my phone calls. But Joel Anderson is back for his second appearance here on Stugotz and Company. How are you, Joel?
I'm good, man. Billy and I are enemies, man. Billy's not going to do anything that I ask him to do.
Wow.
So we got
that
beef.
didn't take long.
He's incorrigible. The thing is that he's like a critic. Like, he comes in and he's got all these opinions. In all fairness, he is our producer. Okay. But he's got all these opinions. And I'm like, well, you just got here. We've been rolling since August. You got all these opinions in November,
Right.
like cool out,
Yes. So really, is that what you tell him? Like, slow down, Billy?
Well, I don't say it like that, but I'm probably not as respectful to him as somebody who is theoretically in charge of me.
Do you guys have a hat beef?
Well, it's not really a hat beef per se. So I wore a hat on camera one day because my hair wasn't cut, and I'm kind of in the same situation right now. And it was a Rockets cap that I like, but I just not broken it in. And so the brim was a little weird. It was kind of like at like this kind of angle, and everybody in the chat kept talking about it. And I was like, and because it was a sore spot for me. I don't know how hats are supposed to work. I've always had good hair. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't have to wear a hat. So I put in the middle of the stream, I turned the hat around, okay? Because it was really getting to me. Like, they were getting at my confidence. And so I turned the hat around. And then it became a whole thing. And then Billy comes on, and he's got a million hats, all of them special in a certain way or whatever. And so everybody, he kept it going, talking about my hat and my brim and everything. And I'm like, well, take your hat off then, Billy. Let's see what you're rocking with.
Joel, that's what he loves to do, destroy your confidence. That's,
Yeah, man. I'm on camera. I'm talking. Like, don't annoy me. Don't talk to me about how I look right now. I did the best that I could. I didn't show up on camera intending to look this way.
Listen, when you tell Billy not to do something, he's going to do it more. Okay.
I'm learning this. This is something I'm learning gradually. Yeah.
Joel, does it make you happy or sad that we've arrived in a place where the CEO of Crumble Cookie is impacting college football?
Man, it's funny to me because I thought the stupidest coaching move of the cycle was firing James Franklin.
Really?
I really did. I thought it was so dumb. Yeah. I thought that, first of all, there used to be a time, like if you go look up somebody like Don James at Washington, or like, Neyland at West Virginia, they would go like 3 whole years of going 6-5. Yes. You know what I mean? There'd be stuff like that, right? And I understand that college football has changed. Things are different, expectations and such. And also teams rig up their schedules so that doesn't happen anymore. But, I mean, man, it was a 3-game stretch that got James Franklin fired, right? And if you're going to fire a guy who has been that good of a coach for you, that has recruited as well for you as they have, you should reasonably have somebody in mind that you think that you can actually get. Like, I just kind of assumed if you're making that move that you had somebody in mind. Yeah. And evidently, either Penn State didn't have somebody in mind, or they pissed off somebody, if you believe my colleague Todd McShay, that they pissed off Jimmy Sexton in such a way that he's just like, well, I'm not going to send guys to Penn State. I'm going to make it hard for them to get a coach. Right. Well, so I guess the thing is that I'm newly learning every year, every month, that these guys are just not as smart as I think they are. That there's just not as much planning or care of these athletic departments and programs as I think that they are. Because there's just no way that it occurred to me that, like, okay, Penn State, they fired James Franklin. They were so fed up with him, so disappointed, they had to get his ass out of there. And now here we are, we're in December, and Penn State got that much of a head start, and they still don't have a guy. Right. And so I just thought that, I think that's stupid. And I think that if right now, if Penn State said, hey, we got this coach, man, he was in the playoffs last year, a throw into the end zone away from going to the national championship game. He's got a winning record, doesn't lose games he's supposed to lose. His name is James Franklin. Penn State would be, man, that's a great coach. We should get that guy in. Yeah. Right? Like, if they ended up with James Franklin now, it would seem cool, right? Yes. But they moved on, and they don't have a plan. And so, I think they kind of deserve the situation they're in.
If given the opportunity to hire James Franklin again, do you think Penn State would take it?
I think, well, see, the thing is, I don't know what kind, they seem to have a lot of pride there, right? In a way that is kind of weird because, I mean, again, like I've been talking about this Penn State stuff all year, and there's like a nest of them. There's still big Joe Pa people. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay.
It's a weird fucking place. Yeah.
It's a weird place. And so I'm just like, okay, like you guys are still holding on to that. There are people out there that were arguing with me, and I can't tell if they were bots or not. They were like, well, we don't have proof that Jerry Sandusky did that. And I'm like, oh, okay, y'all into some different shit. Like, I really didn't even, you know what I'm saying?
They were bots, and unfortunately, real people as well. Yeah,
and real people, yeah. And I'm so like, I don't know. So anyway, and I don't want to impugn the integrity and character of the good Penn State folks because I know that they're out there. But I don't know what kind of pride they've got. I think that they think that they're better than that. I think that they think that they're Ohio State. So it still may be like, maybe there's still somebody out there, but anybody other than James Franklin. And maybe that person is Bob Chesney, you know?
Right.
I don't know.
Right. But Joel, it's changing so quickly. So I understand why Penn State would think we can get rid of James Franklin and just hire any coach, because who wouldn't want to come to Penn State? But in 2026, the BYU coach doesn't want to come there, you know?
Who wouldn't want to come to Penn State? I mean, okay, I'm going to be fair because I've not been to State College. I've been to parts of Pennsylvania before. Yeah. I've not been to that part. But they call that part of Pennsylvania, Pennsyltucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
the backwoods. Yeah.
James Carville, the legendary Democratic consultant, the guy who used to work for Clinton, said that it was Alabama without blacks, like that part of Pennsylvania. Okay. He said it that way, too. He said blacks. Okay. Yeah. So there are a lot of people that wouldn't want to go to a place like that. It's evidenced by the fact that James Franklin basically transported his entire class that he recruited to Penn State and took it to Virginia Tech. Okay. They're just, I don't care. Blacksburg, State College, Pennsylvania, whatever. It's all the same thing to those kids, apparently. So they were not aware that some people think that is a place that I don't necessarily have to go to. It's not Athens, Georgia. It's not Austin. It's not even Baton Rouge. Some people don't want to go there. And so they were not aware of this. Maybe they're becoming aware of it. Right. And they're learning in real time that, oh, no, this is a harder sell than we thought it was.
It's interesting. What will the committee do, Joel, if Duke wins the ACC championship game?
Man, I mean,
we all want this to happen, right? We want Manny Diaz to keep the Canes out. I mean,
okay. I'm trying to get a sense for, because there's some people that are outraged that Miami, like people like Bruce Feldman is losing his mind. Bruce Feldman's cursing on Twitter.
Yes.
You know,
yes. That's him losing his mind. You're right, Bruce Feldman. Yes,
Bruce Feldman cursing is him losing his mind. Okay?
I've never heard him curse.
I never heard him curse. He's just a very nice, even-tempered dude.
No doubt. Yes.
Every time Bruce Feldman talks, I feel like he has to remind you where he went to school. He went to Miami. You can't spell Bruce Feldman without the U.
That's fair. That's a good point. That's a fair point.
Put it on the poll, Taylor. Can you spell Bruce Feldman
without the U? Can you spell Bruce Feldman without the U? I am in favor of chaos, and I wouldn't mind James Madison getting a shot at this thing, because I've always just sort of been of the mind that, okay, if we're going to have an FBS and we're going to have 130 some odd teams, why are you telling all these other teams that they never have a chance to play for the playoffs? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what's the, like, make them FCS then. If you're in the Mountain West and whatever, and they're telling you have to go perfect, but also some other shit has to happen. Like, other teams gotta, they gotta lose in such a way that we really think that, well, they don't deserve it, so we'll elevate you. So if it's gonna be like that, then like, fine, like just make them FCS. But if not, I want to see the James Madisons get a shot at it, right? And and also, like, I kind of want the ACC to take it on chin because this is stupid. Like, they just. Like, they need to come up with anything that ends up with them having Duke in the conference championship. Whatever the system is, they've got to change it. It can't be this. They should not allow this to happen.
I want Duke in the playoff. I think it'd be great. I do.
Do you would not watch that game, Stugotz?
No, I wouldn't watch it, but it means I'm not watching Miami either, and that's a good thing.
Fair enough. So I'm not being a contrarian. Man, Miami though, they're like one of the few teams, like, let's say they got to be the 10th seed or whatever. Man, they actually have a chance to win the national championship. Like, they would actually, they have a good roster. They have a chance to compete. Yes. And I kind of like that idea, right? Yes. But you know,
What, putting a team in the playoff that has a chance of winning it all? Of course. Yes, I mean, that's what the committee should be doing. It's all they should be doing. Yes.
I thought that's kind of what this was all about. But you know what? To your points, too, Miami fans have been wearing my ass out this year. So if they get if they have to suffer a little bit, then I'm okay with it.
Well, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, because if they get in, they will shut up, and if they don't, it's going to get louder. And so now maybe perhaps we should all root for them to get in just to shut them up.
No, don't you? But don't you think that's funny? Like, I feel like. Do you remember? So you remember the NFC Championship game where the Rams committed that egregious pass interference?
Yes.
And the Saints fans were like, "Oh no, that's crazy!" And I just thought that shit was so funny. I was just like, "It's funny." I'm glad I wasn't a Saints fan, but I'm just like, so this injustice is being done to This injustice is being done to Miami. I'm using quote fingers for people that are listening to this,
right?
And I just think it's funny that they're so bad about it. I'm like, all right, well, you lost 2 games. I'm sorry. Like,
unranked teams, right?
Yeah, you lost 2 games. I mean, the thing is like, it's in a perfect world, the head-to-head would matter. You lost 2 games. You lost to Louisville and SMU. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for you, but I think it's funny that you all are mad like this.
What'd you make of Ole Miss moving up a spot without Lane Kiffin, which I found interesting? Yes.
Yeah, with that Pete Golding bump. That's what it is. Yeah, they gotta look at Pete Golding. I'm like, that dude he's serious about football. You know, when Lane is like doing hot yoga and stuff, it's like Pete Golding, he clearly is doing nothing but grinding tape, you know? Yes. So maybe that's what they think, that this is a serious outfit. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think the committee takes a lot of shots, so I don't want to take another one at them. I don't think any of that. I'm trying not to take any of it seriously until Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, we'll have everything in place then. You'll have all the data in front of you. Because arguing each individual decision and how you end up with Texas over Vanderbilt. I understand Texas beat Vanderbilt. Texas has 3 losses and lost to Florida, right? And look bad against UTEP, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't know all the ways that this goes into that, but like, I just figure, I'm like, maybe we should just wait until Sunday, and then if I have to be really, really mad, I'll save it up for then.
Joel, what did you think about Lane Kiffin letting his OC Charlie Weiss Jr. come back to Ole Miss, and then he releases a statement, and
that guy,
he's trying to be like the good guy, and Ole Miss fans are like, dude, we still hate you.
They won't let me coach, but I'll let him coach.
Who's the hoe now? Who's the hoe now? You know what I'm saying? Right? No, I mean, good for him. I don't know. You know, the thing is, I'm sure that in the middle of that decision, and he was so mad at Ole Miss, and he's like, I can't believe you guys are not going to let me coach, even though I'm going to be the LSU coach. He was so mad. And then he had some time to think about it. And maybe there's a part of him somewhere that he was just like, man, if those kids do well, it still reflects pretty well on me. And also he gets like, LSU is going to start paying his bonuses if Ole Miss win. So it's like, well, you know what? I do have some money on the line right now. So Charlie, he's
keeping his coaches there.
Yeah, right? It's just like, well, you know what? Now that I got a little money on the line, Charlie, you're not doing nothing over here no way. So why don't you go ahead? I'll help with the roster over here. You go help them out, and then we'll see you at the end of December.
You wrote an article for the Ringer on Lane Kiffin leaving LSU. What were your thoughts there?
I'm conflicted, man, because I don't like Lane Kiffin, like just the character of Lane Kiffin.
The way he carries himself.
Yeah, like that person is not appealing to me, but I can understand how you can have every intention of the world of living up to everything you said you were going to do. Like, I came to Ole Miss, I built this program up. They got to a point that they've never been at before, but man, this great job opened right down the street. They're going to give me everything I want. It's going to be easier for me to do the things that I want to do. And I don't really have a lot of time to make the decision. Like, there's just no right timeline. Right. And so I was sympathetic with the idea that he was in a tough decision. He had to make a very tough decision and wanted to have his cake and eat it too. So I get that. But I also think that, like, this is kind of like Lane Kiffin's whole thing is like, when I leave, you're in bad shape. Like, you're going to be like, some people break up with their partners and they can figure out like a mature way to do it. They're just like, look, this isn't working for me. Like, you're a great girl, great guy, whatever, but it's just not going to work out. Lane is just like, you come home, his shit's all moved out. He moved across town. He's like, I don't want to tell you, but I kind of have. I don't think this is working out. That's Lane. Like Lane is just a messy person, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm certain you could ask the people in his life. And if you're on the internet right now,
oh boy, yeah.
If you're on the internet and the stuff they saying about Lane Kiffin is crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yes.
I don't know how much of it's true. That's not. Just look on Twitter and go through that stuff. So there's a lot of people out there that don't like him, don't like the way he gets down, and so he's just going to leave. This is the second time he's left town with people yelling at him. Okay,
yes.
like
no,
Tennessee,
he loves it though. Like he sinks into it. He loves it. Like he is a figurehead for what college football is in 2026.
Sugar, don't you think it makes him lock in? Because it's like he got to LSU and he was like, "Well, shit, man, like this is actually kind of cool." Like it was like, ooh, I got kind of. Yeah. Got excited by them yelling at me, man.
Yes.
You know?
Listen, we've gotten to know Lane a lot, Dan and I, over the years because he coached at FAU. He was on with us a bunch. We used to make fun of him about tearing up the Blue Martini at Boca Raton because, Lane was hanging out there every Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
But Lane Kiffin's got some ego, man, and he don't give a shit what anyone thinks about him. That's the thing,
Yeah, that's been that's his whole life, man. Like, it's just like his whole professional life, at least. Yes. It just seems like I'm going to do what I think is right, what I think is going to work out. And like, because I'm good at my job and because I'm in demand, people are just going to kind of have to deal with it, man. And in some ways I can respect it. In some ways I'm just like, well, you know what? He's going to be him, right? And the thing is, people fool themselves into believing that Lane is going to be something else. But Lane is going to be him fundamentally.
Joel, that was going to be my follow-up question almost. Are you surprised at the reaction from Ole Miss fans? Because when you get Lane Kiffin, you kind of know what you're getting when you do get him. But I guess he was there 6 years, so you kind of become disillusioned with it.
He had turned down Auburn a few years prior, right? And I think Ole Miss deluded themselves into believing, because, well, look, I mean, they're looking around like Kirk Cignetti stayed at Indiana, Clark Lee staying at Vandy, Kenny Dillingham staying at Arizona State. So they're probably Matt Rule staying at Nebraska. And they're probably thinking, well, a lot of people are seeing that you can win and do well at all these programs. He's built something up here. We really care about him. Like, why would he go to LSU? Also, it hurt that they probably looked at LSU. They're like, look, Lane can do whatever he want over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't say nothing about what he does in the streets. We got, he's a great coach. Like, he's got this thing rolling, and he has his family is invested in this community and everything. And look at LSU, man. They're so crazy. The governor is involved in this. They don't really have they don't really have an AD. Everybody that they've had, they don't like, or they have to leave. Like, the thing that the people talk about is like, well, even Les Miles and Coach O won championships there. They fired those people. So obviously, like, winning a championship only matters so much at LSU. Like, there's more to it than that, right? And so I just think that they probably thought, that's a mess. He's got it the way he wants it over here. We've shown that he can win here and win big over here. Why would he go over here? But the thing is about Ole Miss, and again, you learn this from the internet and interacting with their fans, they're just sort of delusional about what's going on over there, man, about who they are and their place in the world. And like, you're still Ole Miss. Like, you're good Ole Miss. You're better Ole Miss than you've ever been before in your life. Yes. You're still Ole Miss, though.
If Alabama, okay, this is the real question here. If Alabama loses to Georgia, they get blown out, SEC championship game, and Alabama gets rid of Kalen DeBoer. Lane Kiffin take the Alabama job.
I don't know, but man, because
Jimmy Sexton would be calling on his behalf, I guarantee you.
Well, just be like, yeah, has he signed that contract yet? I guess depending how much has he signed the contract yet? That's what I want to know. Is the ink dry yet? That's what we need to know. But the one thing I would say that works against Alabama is apparently Lane did not like Tuscaloosa. Have you been to Tuscaloosa, Sue? Have you ever?
No.
I have, yeah.
What do you think, Mike? If you're in college, I guess it's probably pretty cool.
Well, if you're in college, you don't care, man. You just need a bar. I mean,
you just need a bar. Maybe that's Lane Steve. He's like, I'm in a football facility all day, and when I want to blow off some steam, everybody take care of me. But it seemed like he didn't like Tuscaloosa from the last time. He had some complaints about it, and people got tired of that shit. Yes. So, but yeah, I mean, no, I don't. I mean, I also don't think I mean, as much as his lane shtick is only for certain places, I don't think Alabama they're not gonna fuck around with that goofy shit, man. Like they don't want that. Kalen is about as straight laced and buttoned up and serious as it could be, and they're already like he's week to week over there.
So I went to Tuscaloosa for Georgia at Alabama last year, and I had a lot of fun. Yeah, but I think that's different than being like, hey, Monday through Friday, you got to wake up here too.
That's the thing, man, bro. Like that, you have to live there, and you have family. Maybe you have a wife, maybe you have a girlfriend, whatever. You got several girlfriends.
Yes,
and you got to live in that place. Like you got to go to the grocery store, man. So my old coach, Dennis Francione. You remember Dennis Francione?
Of course.
He built up TCU, man. Like we beat USC and Carson Palmer in the Sun Bowl. And Dennis Francione was, in hot demand. He recruited. Well, he didn't. He actually he did not recruit LaDainian, but he made him. He helped him to develop and be the great player that he was. And he took that job at Alabama, and he didn't do bad. He had a 10-win season there, and he was there, man. He was just like, I don't know, dog. I don't know. And he went to Texas A&M. That's a tough place, man. Them people are rabid. I mean, that's why they're great. Yes. It's a hard place to live, man. And you're week to week there. Like Nick Saban was perfect for that place.
Yes.
But you are week to week there. That doesn't seem like a lot of fun to me.
I think Penn State would have an easier job hiring a coach if the coach could just fly in for the weekends and get the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it's just like you kind of do. I'm trying to remember. They said when Keith Olbermann was at ESPN, they were just like he lived in New York but would come into Bristol or something like that. Yeah. So that's kind of like what you got to do with Penn State. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, man, I got a spot in Philly. It's fine. Maybe Pittsburgh. It's not horrible, but yeah, and I come in. I got a private jet, and I come in and do what I need to do, and I go home. Yeah,
right. But you're so right. They had the guy who was okay living there. I mean,
yeah,
he's mine.
You got, dude. Like, if you find somebody that likes the place and he wins, like, stick with it, man. Yeah. That's the thing. Don't run those people off.
So the thing I'm the most confused about with the Lane Kiffin situation still, Juice Kiffin, the dog, was it his dog or not?
Man. That's a good question. Yeah. You gotta fight. You gotta get on. You gotta get in them Twitter streets, Taylor. Because I mean, that's up for. There's a lot of them Twitter streets because there's a lot of debate as to whether or not that's actually that man's dog. Look, and I don't want to. There's a dispute as to whether or not that actually is dog. Let's see if is Juice tweeted from Baton Rouge yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
Juice loves Happy Valley. I think.
Yeah, Juice man. I mean, Juice man. There's a lot of space to run. I'm sure. Like, I'm sure it's a very, a lot of ground to cover there.
What's amazing about college football right now, for me at least, is the two programs with what seems like the most stability is Ohio State and fucking Indiana. What a weird world.
I know, man. I know, man. Indiana's so strange, but this is weird, Stu, because I've heard you talk about like Wisconsin, for instance, right? Like, what's the deal with Wisconsin? Right?
Enough of them.
Yeah, what's enough of them, right? But like Indiana, like I always was like, I've never been there, but I've seen pictures of the campus and it seems like it's nice. And I'm like, why are they not good I was like, why are they like, it's not that they were not good at football, but they were so bad. I'm like, why are they
historically bad?
Yeah, yes. they're like one of the worst P4 schools traditionally ever. And I'm like, why is it so bad? And it looks nice. And I'm like, if kids would go to Nebraska, like, what's the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Right. Why not Indiana?
Why not Indiana? What's the big deal? Right. And so, like, that makes sense. And yeah, the Ohio State thing, man, like, I was actually thinking about this after they beat Michigan. I was like, oh, yo, Ohio State's the standard now.
They are.
They are the standard in college football. I mean, yeah, right. Like, it's just like they recruit great. They develop great. They can get into any home. Ryan Day appears to be, he appears to be what his record says he is, which is a great coach.
Yes. Right.
And so, yeah, man, like, Ohio State is what Bama was or what Georgia was a couple years ago. Like, that's That is Ohio State right now. The Indiana of it all is crazy. But I also think Indiana has kind of benefited from the schedule these past couple of years. When their schedule flips up and they got to start playing Michigan again, or they got to play Ohio State in regular season or whatever, that schedule gets a little bit tougher. I think things will change a little bit. But yeah, man, give Signetti his props, man. They look really good too. That's the thing. I just did not know that they could get guys like that there. But then I'm like, why haven't they been able to get the occasional guy?
Right. Yeah. Listen, teams are buying their way in now. You have, Crumble Cookies CEO.
Crumble
Cookies.
Is Crumble Cookie good?
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
Alabama, Georgia, SEC championship game. I believe Georgia's 2.5-point favorite on FanDuel. Who do you like in this game?
Georgia. First of all, I don't want to see this is the least interested in an Alabama Georgia game that I've ever been. I'm tired of this. I don't want Alabama should not have to keep beating Georgia. Okay, it's enough.
They actually do to get into the playoff, though.
Yeah, right. I'm like, bro, that's
right.
why I was excited about A&M or whatever, having a chance at it. But yeah, I think that Georgia has been playing better. I feel like Alabama has been kind of getting away with it. They really all year not really figured out how to establish the run. They got a solid defense or whatever, but they just don't. While Georgia looks like it's rounding into form and that defense is looking like a little bit more vintage, how they have Gunnar Stockton was in hell last week, but I don't think that's who he is. Nate Frazier is a really good running back. Georgia seems like they figured out how to get yards on the ground, and they can impose their will on teams in a way that they weren't early in the year. So, and then again, man, it's hard to beat a good team twice. Yeah. It just really is. Yes. Now, that's why I don't think Alabama should have to do it again.
Yep. Joel Anderson is with us. Ringer Tailgate is his show. The guys are going to play a game with you. They're going to ask you which teams can win a national championship. I only think there's 3 or 4 of them. But let's go to Mikey A here. Mikey A, get us started.
All right, you just talked about him. Can Alabama win a national title?
No.
Okay,
wow. All right.
No.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out how many teams should be in this actual playoff. Go ahead, Mikey A.
Okay. You already said Miami could. Can Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. We're going to get left out.
Yeah. I didn't know they could. Yeah.
Do it.
Texas A&M.
No.
Wow.
Well, hold on. I'm down on Marcel Reed. I don't think Marcel Reed. There were people talking about him going to the Heisman. Yeah, man. I'm just I've seen that dude play. I'm still not sure he can pass. You know what I mean? I'm just if he has to pass, South Carolina, that shit works. It's a great team. I don't know about it. So,
okay.
Can Oregon win a national title?
Yeah. Yeah, Oregon can.
So there's 3 teams that right now he has 3 teams that could win a national title. 2 currently aren't in the playoff.
Can Texas Tech?
Woo. Man, the thing is if you're asking me if they can win a national championship, can they beat Ohio State? Nah, not with that offense.
Right. Okay.
The defense gives them a chance. It'll be a good game, but that offense, I don't see it happening.
I assume Ohio State, Indiana, those are easy. I assume whoever those 11, 12 seeds, those are easy. So let's just go to the last one. Can Ole Miss?
No. No.
If Kiffin was there, could Ole Miss?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's Ohio State. What are the teams that can win it?
So Ohio State, Oregon. What was the other one?
Notre
Dame, Miami.
Right. This is ridiculous what we're doing.
I think Miami's really good, man. You look at that roster, I'm like, why can't they? Right?
Right. No, I agree with you. If Miami played Notre Dame in the Pop-Tart Bowl, okay, and they put the Pop-Tart Bowl against the national championship game, would Miami Notre Dame have more interest and get better ratings?
Man, that would be at a minimum, it would be in my multi-view.
Crazy.
At a minimum, it would be in the multi-view. I got to check that out, though.
Joel, I was workshopping a take yesterday with Chris Whittingham where Mario Cristobal, his problems aren't against the good teams. His problems are against these lesser teams. Would you feel better about Miami if they were playing Georgia than if they had to play like JMU?
100%.
Ooh, I mean, you see, no, because they will. I mean, no disrespect to JMU.
Yeah,
they would hurt JMU, man. I mean, the thing is, it's kind of like when TCU made it to play against Georgia in the national championship game. Like
Right.
I'd always said, I don't ever want us to play against Georgia. Like I was like really like one of my nightmares. I was like, we should never have to play against Georgia, bro. Like I want to be able to lie and say that I think we can beat them, but I don't want to actually see it.
Right.
That's JMU versus Miami, bro. Miami would drag them boys up and down the field, man. Ruben Bain be living in that backfield. That's not we don't want to see that. No.
Right. Miami doesn't want Louisville in the playoff. That's
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. They don't want Louisville or SMU in like late October.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they don't have a big game ahead of them for a couple of weeks. They're cruising through the ACC and they're bored. Right.
Yes.
So I think my problem, Stu, is yesterday I said Duke. Today with Joel, I try to push it by saying JMU.
I know what you did.
Yeah. They could lose to Duke. Because they see Duke on the schedule and they're just like, man. Whatever.
All right. So would they prefer to play Duke or Georgia?
Ooh. Oh man.
You don't want to see Manny
great game.
Diaz across the sideline.
Yeah, but you know, they would be locked in for Georgia in a way. Yeah, though, man. Yeah, they would be
but
locked
Manny
in.
would be locked in for Miami.
That Manny grudge, man. That Manny grudge. Yeah, man. That still would be a good game. You know?
Yes,
I think Duke. Because the thing is, no matter what, if you go to Miami, you end up playing football for Miami, you wearing that uniform, and you look at Duke and you like, that's Duke though.
Right.
Like,
yes.
I got a scholarship to Miami to play at Miami. You're at Duke. There's a reason for that. And then they start playing and not taking that shit seriously, and then look what happens, you know?
And then Cristobal gets to the end of the game and he makes a mistake because he's nervous because Manny Diaz is staring at him.
Bro, look, that Miami Notre Dame game was insane. Again, I probably brought this up the last time because I'm like, at the end of that game, Mario thought it made sense to kick a field goal, like to settle for a field goal at the end of that game. Like it didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, don't you want to try to get the ball further down the field, dog, to try to get to the end zone? And he settled for a field goal and they won. But I was just like, that didn't make a lot of sense to me.
No. Listen, we love you. We appreciate you doing this
Love you
for
guys,
us. Your
man.
second time here. Take it easy on Billy.
I'm not.
It's friendly advice.
Okay, all right.
He'll haunt you for the rest of your life. I mean,
I have no choice now. He's locked in. He's taking that. I'm not gonna make it easy for him. But I appreciate you looking out for me, Stu.
all right. Ringer Tailgate is the show. Check him out there. He writes for the Ringer as well. Joel Anderson, friend of the show. We appreciate you coming on, sir.
Anytime, man. Just hit me up.